Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the She's Sacral podcast. I'm your host, Lindsay Christian. Let's go ahead and get started with today's episode. Hello, Sacral Beauty. Welcome to the She's Sacral podcast, where we focus on burnout recovery through the power of sacred pleasure. So welcome. We've been talking all about the 12 stages of burnout. And in this final episode of this series, we're going to dive in and talk about what does recovery really look like after burnout, because it looks different for everyone. But today we're going to talk about some signs to know if you actually have recovered, how easy is it for you to experience burnout again, and what are some things you can do to help shift your body completely out of burnout. And so I'm really excited to dive into this with you. So even if you haven't fully recovered from burnout, maybe you're in the middle of burnout, it doesn't matter. This episode is for you. And just that gentle reminder that healing is not only possible, but it has already begun for you. So what does recovery really look like? Recovery is not about bouncing back. And I think that's the mindset we have when it comes to burnout. That's like, okay, I'm going to bounce back. I'm going to get back to myself and I'm going to be all good. But when we actually recover from burnout, when we've gone through burnout and we've recovered from it, it's really a rebirth. And we covered the rebirth code in the Sacral Code series. So if you want to learn more about what rebirth really means, then dive into that episode because it is really, really helpful. Recovery is also slow. It is on a cellular level, and it is also cyclical. It's not do steps 1 through 5 and you'll be fine. There's ups and downs. Sometimes you feel like you're moving forward and then you feel like you're moving backwards, and it just kind of feels a little bit like a roller coaster. Some things you can expect is that you may have grief for who you've had to be to survive through this experience. Once you take this approach to healing and recovering from burnout, there's a lot of reflection that takes place where you think to yourself, how did I get here? Why did I put up with so much for so long? Why did I feel the need to accept that or do more or put myself through that? And sometimes that can be confusing because it's like, why am I sad? I'm past it. But we can have that deep level of empathy for who we used to be in those moments. And even for myself, I'll reflect on how I was thinking, my mindset, my belief system, and I couldn't see it at the time. I could not see that belief system in those moments. Everything seemed like I was doing things right. But looking back, I'm like, nope. I definitely understand why I ran into burnout. And you can feel kind of sad for yourself because you recognize how much was unnecessary. You may also feel some resistance to slowing down. You may not want to slow down. You may feel like you're in slow motion already. It's like, oh, my brain's already slow. My body's already slow. Now I'm actually consciously choosing to slow down. I don't want to do that. So you may experience resistance to that. You may have some returns of some small joys or pleasures or have some little moments of clarity. And you may also start to feel some craving for softness or feeling safe or for coming back to yourself again. And so when we're in burnout recovery, we have to relearn rest as a form of safety and reconnecting to your body as a guide. You're really starting to connect to yourself and listen to your body and learn what it's telling you. It can be really helpful, especially as women, as we go through our natural cycles. There's so much wisdom and information that is there as well. So you start to reconnect with your body as a guide instead of looking at it as a limitation. You begin to rebuild your life based on what works for you and a natural rhythm instead of responsibility. So you're not returning to who you used to be, but you are in the state of becoming who you are always meant to be. And that is huge, right? And I think sometimes we think of burnout, we think of just like this terrible thing that we've gone through and, oh, it was so horrible, oh, it was so much. But it's almost like we've been broken down like a caterpillar, where we've been broken down into goop and glue, and then we've been reconstructed back again. Now we're seeing who we really were meant to be. before the limiting beliefs, before the thought patterns and the conditioning that told us that we were not worthy enough, we were not good enough, that we had to grind, that we had to hustle. All of the fears we had of not being accepted, all of that has gone through this major chrysalis for us to understand that those were never meant to be for us. That's what burnout teaches you, especially when you get to the space of recovery. So it's a really beautiful, scary, dark, violent journey that we can go through. But once you get to the space of recovery, man, it is so powerful because you know exactly what happens. And when you're aware of what your body can go through just from your mind, you will absolutely learn how to set those proper boundaries within yourself and with others. So let's talk a little bit about what happens to your body when you are truly recovering. Your cortisol starts to stabilize. So this means that your body is now living in a sense of safety. It is not on high alert. It is not on fight or flight. Your cortisol starts to become normalized. So you may start to notice that weight gain starts to slow down a little bit, where it's not just accumulating, or no matter what you do, it is still there. You've learned to really work with your body, and you've learned what feels safe to you, because safety feels different for everyone. Your hormones begin to regulate through nourishment, rest, and natural rhythm. Your nervous system rebuilds trust and safety through repetitions of gentle, feel-good moments. Your sense of sensuality and creativity and desire and joy slowly start to resurface, and your energy starts to become cyclical again and self-sustaining. You're not forcing it, or it doesn't feel extracted. So it doesn't feel like you have zero energy and you're dragging your feet and you're dousing yourself with caffeine. And it doesn't feel like you're jittery and on high alert and you feel on edge and wired. You start to feel the natural rise and fall of your energy levels. That's when you know that your body's reaching the space of feeling safe again. Some things you may also notice with burnout recovery is that you may recognize that your mind or your body has a limiter now. It has already gone through burnout, and it has gained so much wisdom that it knows before you do of what's going to activate burnout. Things start to feel a little bit more triggering, or a little bit more of a warning sign for you. So if you notice that you start to feel tired a little quicker after putting a lot of energy into something, your body's like, oh, nope, we're not going back here. Let's shut her down. Okay. It will do that. And I was running into that experience as well, where I do this every other day type of cycle where one day I had a lot of energy, so I would use that energy and I do a whole lot. And then the next day I just had no energy and I couldn't repeat the same day again. I couldn't be as productive the next day. So my body would naturally limit itself so that I didn't overwork it. When you go through something like this, you really start to find ways to create more automation. You start delegating, you start allowing for other people to help you, or you stop choosing things that are going to overwhelm your system. If it feels like it's going to be too much, it probably is. So you just stay away from it. And the next thing I want to share is that recovery from burnout really takes time. It's not something that I can even put a time stamp on. It looks different for everyone, especially depending on how far into the burnout stages you've gone into. For me, I believe I reached stage 11. Didn't reach stage 12 where I was collapsing or anything like that, but I had gotten really far down into burnout where my body was no longer working with me. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. And I was just feeling very hopeless and depressed. And it was very scary. And it took me about a good year to year and a half of coming back home to myself with the wisdom that burnout was teaching me. But it really wasn't until I started to apply all of what I teach in the She Sacral community and mission of sacred pleasure and learning how to work with your nervous system, learning the right foods to eat, learning how to metabolize your cortisol, learning how to get all of that under control. I didn't know how to do that prior. So once I started to do that, that's when my body actually started to come out of burnout. And so that's why I've created this space for you, so you don't have to spend years in burnout unnecessarily or longer than you already have. So if you are in this space where you're like, I don't know what to do, I feel really stressed out, I feel like I'm losing myself, I would love to invite you to the She Sacral community, where you can get access to pleasure rituals that you can do each day for 30 days. You can get access to our cozy private community as well, so that you are surrounded with like-minded women who are also on this burnout journey, and we're all collectively working together. And if you're looking for something that's deeper, more personalized, and more healing, then you can absolutely work with me on a one-on-one session. That link is down below as well. So we've covered so much throughout this series. I wish I knew this information when I was going through burnout, but what I wish I knew even more than the burnout stages was my burnout archetype, which is our new series that is coming up after this one. So be sure to stay tuned, follow and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will chat with you in the next series where you can identify your burnout archetype, the mindset, the belief patterns, and your core wounds that are driving burnout all together. Thank yourself so much for showing up today, and thank you for tuning in to the She Sacral podcast.